Hi, it's been a while since the last video. Welcome back to my little adventure with prostate cancer here. I just wanted to make a little update. The sun is setting. I'm hoping I will make this as long enough or short enough for me to have the light for the video. It's a bit past 6 on a Thursday, sorry. I've been playing around a little bit with the CBD THC because on the RSO protocol, you're going to be at 1 gram per day, 1,000 milligrams. And my son has been down here visiting me, and it's been so brilliant and good to have him around. Absolutely love him. Miss that kid. And when he visited me, I decided to test out my night move. Made RSO of night move, which is at 26% THC, 0% CBD. But I've been scared of the effect. I don't know how it works. Everybody experienced in the area say you can't OD on it. All that happens is you get a better sleep. So I decided when my son was here to try it out, and he did so as well. So we took 100 milligram of my own mixed oil with the MCT oil on a 20% solution. We took half a pipette, and about an hour later, sure enough, it hits. We were laughing our butts off. That was fun. And it was also very interesting because the effect of the THC is surprising. It's not like alcohol where you basically numb on all your senses. With the cannabis, at least for me, it's numbing some part of my brain, and I wouldn't be able to tell you which part, but I am clear-minded enough to know what's going on and to be rationalizing and to make proper thinking. But at the same time, I couldn't control my laughter, and I was dizzy, and certain other parts of my brain were not working properly. But this lasted for about 10 minutes, and it was gone. And so when we went to Paria, I spoke to a very good friend of mine, and he said you can actually buy edibles as well. And now I know you have edibles, but it never crossed my mind because I don't want that. I just want the pure oil. But when he mentioned that, it's kind of initiated a thought process. And when I later on went to Gochang with my son, we decided to scout for it. And one night we went into a cannabis shop, and we found the cookies. And that was 100 milligrams of THC in each cookies. Paid a fortune for them. I think it was 400 baht. Later I learned that she basically just robbed me off, but I had no idea what it was. And I told her up front, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Probably shouldn't have done that. But nonetheless, we went out of that shop, and it was quite late in the night already. It was like 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. And we ate one each. Didn't take long, and my son didn't feel anything, and he was impatient, so he ate the other one, and I thought I could leave him alone. So as a good soldier, you follow suit, and I ate mine. Didn't have any reaction, and my son was still impatient, so he asked for another 100 milligrams, a half a pipette of my 20% squirrel tail that I bought with me with the MCT oil. So he took that one, and about 30 minutes later, man, he lost his mind there. He got stoned. That was fun. That was great, great fun. We were sitting in a small bar chit-chatting with some locals. But we took off from there. I still hadn't any feeling of anything, and we found out we could buy brownies as well, so we bought that. But there were 300 milligrams of THC in those, and we both ate one of them. So at that point, I was at 500 milligrams, and my son was at 600 milligrams. And boy, did we get stoned. It was borderlining unpleasant, and about midnight, after sitting by the sea, just listening to the wave, being totally enchanted by the sound of the sea, and having a good father-son talk, we went to bed. A couple of days later, we decided to next day actually, we decided to try it again. This time we just went for the brownies because we found a place we could buy these for 150 baht a pop. And we bought 2 each. And again, we sat down. It was fairly early this time. It was like 7 o'clock. And we both ate one. Didn't feel a thing. Ate the other one. Brownie was good. Really, really delicious. And about an hour later, definitely felt something. Now, that was 600 milligram each. And as I was sitting there, I got so stoned, it got unpleasant, really. Again, my mind was working functionally well, but there were so many other parts of my brain not really working, and one of them was my balance center. And I felt I couldn't get up and walk to my room, which was on the second floor. walking across the restaurant and get to the stairs and upstairs, I was kind of sure that I was going to go totally eight ball on me. So I told my son, we got to stay here until I get fairly clear minded here, because I don't want to embarrass myself in front of all the people sitting there. But they didn't leave. So eventually, when I realized this is going to be a very severe one, I better get to my room where I could be in private. So I got up and I managed. I got to the stairs, but a weird thing happened. I was so intoxicated that when I took each step, it felt like the steps were like bending under me. It's like very softly lowering 10, 20 centimeters or so. And like the whole, like in the Matrix movie, like the whole building was just like softly waving around me in accordance to how I moved. I was walking very slowly because I wanted to experience that in full. I was not feeling unpleasant. It was just weird, really weird. So I went to the room, but I was so stoned that it didn't take much, and I had to go to the toilet and puke all over the place. And I've never tried that, and I'm very, very reluctant to puke. I can suffer a lot before I get to that measure because I don't like it. So it was bad. But it also brought me a bit to my knees, because I need to get to 1,000 milligrams a day. And if I can't handle 600 milligrams, if I seem to have probably 500 milligrams, there's no way I can double that. But suppositories is obviously the way to go. And I also brought suppositories. I had made my own mixture at 200 milligrams per pop. And it seems to work all right. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but these are the small ice cube holders that you could buy online. I bought them on Lazada, and there are 600 milligrams in one, and that's basically just to make ice cubes you can put in bottles. But obviously they also work very well for suppositories. So I've been using those, and I've been using one suppository a day plus my oil. So I've been between 100 to 300 milligrams a day. That is what I've been at so far. Now, as of today, I can see the sun is going down, but I can move this up a bit. As of today, I will then do 2 suppositories. I'll do one as an afternoon nap with the old version at 200 milligrams a pop, and then I'll do the new version I just made today, which is a 4-to-1 ratio of THC and CBD, while the other one is a 50-50 ratio, because I didn't know better, but it seems that we got to have a high ratio of THC for it to work. So that means I'll be on a 700 milligram RSO a day as of today, and that's how I'll be doing it until I get to the next measurement, and I'll see how that works. It seems to work without me getting any highs at all, because the majority of the doses I get that before I go to sleep, so I don't get to experience it, and the 200 milligram suppository doesn't affect me, it seems, so it's quite good. So being at 70% of that protocol, at the same time I am at 50% of the fenbendazole protocol as of yesterday, and I am and I've been so for a week or two at 100% on the amygdalin protocol. I'm kind of hoping that those 3 very significant protocols is enough for me, or are enough for me, to stay on the right track. That I do not need to go 100% on the fenbendazole and do not have to go 100% on the cannabis in order to reach the target. So anyway, that's what I hope, and that's a lot of information, and it's a lot of experience obtained within the last couple of weeks, and I'm very, very optimistic, very optimistic. I'm so anxious to get to the 22nd of April, where I will get the answer to all my efforts. So until next time, as always, stay healthy.